welcome. Hello, everybody. It is the FieldTalk podcast, bringing you another episode. It is me, FieldTalk Benzi, with.
Oh, FieldTalk Just.
He-
Yeah, you mean I don't know. I didn't know you were gonna throw that softball to me like that. Sorry. Hi guys.
You didn't knock it out of the park. You hit it to
It was like
first
it was a
and
bunt. That was a bunt.
straight out.
No,
I
that was
guess,
a
yeah, a bunt.
bunt.
That's weaker than anything. But yes, we are bringing you today the Premier League preview for match week 12. We're just going to go over some predictions. Jay, you got for the dub?
No, I don't have for the tonight. I think we
Impromptu
covered
for
it.
the dub?
Oh, I mean, yeah. I mean, as we proceed through the show, I could probably put one together. I'm pretty sure hot topics. Well, whenever that comes out, we could probably I'll figure it out. We'll let it know. Right now we're gonna on a case by case basis. We might have it for the dub, we might not have it for the dub.
Okay. If you're new, please consider liking and subscribing. Subscribing and then liking, whichever order
Both?
floats your boat. Yeah, or both. Yeah, that works too. You can also follow us on the go on streaming apps like Spotify, Google Podcasts, Pocket Casts, Radio Public, Anchor, etc., etc. So yeah, those are available to you. Are you excited for this Premier League weekend, Jay?
Yeah. I mean, at first it took a blow Champions League wise, but now a couple of days now, so yeah, I'm excited, bro. The league is still there for the taking, as far as my team goes, and there's some good games this weekend, so yeah, I'm definitely excited.
Yeah. Well, I would say that your team's game, and you're lucky it's not on Peacock. So
Yeah, oh my God, yeah, because I have friends that told me they have Peacock, then they don't have Peacock, then I'm
are we
going through.
starting to get to that, man? Because
I'm just
I
saying
was
though, you
excited
hyped
as
it up.
well. Well, because I had reason to believe. You know what I'm saying? Like a person who should not be named in my family, probably
Who I
because
love.
she'll murder me. Got me hyped, and I was like, okay. I was like, let's do this. I was like, I have access now, but she
It was
doesn't
not to
know how
be.
to work technology. So, I got hoodwinked. So that's that. All right. We'll hop into predictions for the games going on this weekend. We have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. No Monday because Premier League is going to take a turn, and I don't know if it's for the worse or for the betterment of certain clubs. We'll get into that a little bit later. Um, I had a question. Oh, can you grab the standings for me? So after we're done with scores, we can roll through that.
Yes, I got the table right here for you.
All right, for sure, for sure. So the first game starting tomorrow, Friday, 11th December, is Leeds United hosting West Ham. West Ham being the team that your club, Manchester United, defeated last weekend. Leeds being defeated by Chelsea, right?
Yes.
Uh, this game is at 3 o'clock Eastern, 12 Pacific, and it is not on Peacock, so you'll be able to watch it on NBC and whatever broadcasting network that runs in your state or country. Leeds coming off a loss. They both coming off 3-1 losses. Both great teams this season. Leeds surprisingly, just as West Ham is, because we know Moyes has not been as hot as he's been in the last couple seasons. But he was brought back to West Ham and he's doing pretty good.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
I always back my boy Moyes. I'm going to continue to back my boy Moyes. I got a 3-2 West Ham win over Leeds.
I think this is gonna actually be a like when you look at it on paper, it doesn't look like it's gonna be a good game. But the way that Moyes, I'm sorry, has West Ham playing
Right.
this season,
Mhm.
and then the way that Leeds is gonna play, um, yeah, I think I'm gonna go 3-3 actually on this one.
Here
Benji
you go,
special.
Benzi special. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's funny you say that on paper it doesn't look good, but to be fair, on paper, actually is very attracting because we all know Bielsa plays that very aggressive football.
For sure.
Moyes has been hot as of late, as I mentioned, and it's for the taking for either of the clubs. I believe Leeds is in a lower position than West Ham though on the
Yeah.
table.
Hmm.
Um, but Leeds has had its moments in the top six, top seven area. So you know they could with a win. I think they inch closer to it once again. So yeah, it's definitely gonna be an interesting game. It is one of the top matches. If you look down in the description, we do have some top matches listed for this weekend, and it
Oh
is
yeah.
the first one, and it is one of them. And so we move on to Saturday, 12th December, early morning game. It is on Peacock. Boo, Peacock. Still not vibing with it. And Peacock has kind of been awful in the sense that it takes away some of the very juicy matches that we can all partake in.
Yeah.
And thanks to them, and we can't watch them because we don't feel like paying another subscription.
That
So,
is the truth.
so for those of you, using those certain broadcast measures, good luck. But yeah, I just wait for the highlights. We have 7:30 in the morning. Wolverhampton hosting Aston Villa. Aston Villa did not play last weekend, as Sal informed me, due to the game being suspended for some odd reason. Um, Wolverhampton got their butts handed to by Liverpool. Wolverhampton is kind of a wishy-washy team this season. So with
Hmm.
that being said, Aston Villa rocking and rolling, well, at times. I'm gonna go Villa 3-0.
Um, I'm actually gonna go the opposite way, only because Wolves need a win here. I think this is a big game for them if they want to try to stay in that top 10, top 12 type race. I guess I'm gonna go 2-1 Wolverhampton, or my apologies, 2-1 to Portugal B.
My biggest concern with Wolverhampton now is the loss of Raul Jimenez,
Yeah, for
and
sure.
then also Diogo Jota,
Jota.
which if
Hmm.
we see what he's been doing at Liverpool, he could be doing at Wolverhampton and doing
Right.
phenomenal.
Right.
So that's my main reason as to why I go with Villa. If Raul Jimenez was there, I'd probably still not take him for the win, but I'd have a different scoreline because he can put the ball in the back of the net. And so we move down to the 10 o'clock game, which is also on Peacock. I'm not sure how many games are on Peacock. Let me see. Four this weekend. I believe it's always four. Thank
Yeah.
goodness it's not good games, but there is
Right.
one game that I'm interested in that I can't watch, so that sucks. We have Newcastle hosting West Brom Albion. Newcastle did not partake last weekend. They were the other team in that Villa game that got
Mhm.
suspended. West Brom, on the other hand, got their butts handed to by Crystal Palace in a 5-1 loss. Newcastle, week off. They definitely going to get the win here. West Brom not playing great football. Um, my score, though, I'm going to go 2-0 Newcastle United.
I've got actually got the same score for that game, 2-0 Newcastle.
Yeah, pretty easy. But this probably is going to be a game where West Brom pulls something
Yeah.
out of their backside.
I wouldn't be surprised, bro, to be honest with you.
And then another top match of this weekend at the 12:30 p.m. Eastern time slot, 9:30 Pacific for Sal and those of you guys in the West Coast. It is Manchester United hosting the Citizens at Old Trafford. You guys are not a great home team this season.
No, not at all.
Um,
Not at all, bro.
Pep is finding his step, so to
Mhm.
say. Um, what do you got coming? What are your feelings going into this game, and especially after this poor week?
Yeah, I mean it's rough, man, because I want to say before Raiola comes out and says what he says, bro, I'm confident. You know what I'm saying? Because Paul had come out previous. He said something really good in the media. He's like, yo, I was really sick with COVID, but now I'm back. the reason I came to United is to be successful. I was here for my teammates. You know, it was like boom, and we're about to go into that game. Like, oh, we had a big week. Pogs, feeling better. Oh, it's lit. And then the giant squid octopus that is fucking Mino Raiola, man. Just what I'm saying, times it just right. Says the craziest thing that you could possibly say right before the biggest match and the biggest week of our season. And effectively just, I mean, even though it shouldn't be to the standard where this guy comes out and opens his mouth and then it blows up everything, it did, because Paul starts that game if Raiola doesn't do that. You know what I'm saying? Paul starts that Champions League game if Raiola doesn't do that. And I don't know if you were able to watch it, but once Paul came on in that game, you know what I'm saying, you see why you don't you don't bench a fit Paul Pogba. You know what I'm saying? The guy's influence is crazy. Yeah. I'm very upset with him though, but we'll talk about that later. I already talked about it last night. But yeah, to answer the question, I'm nervous, man. I'm not confident, or I'm not as confident as I was. You know, I don't know what the mind state of the team is. It doesn't look like Paul's going to start that game either. Fred will be back, so that's a big. But as far as my confidence level, how I feel, I'm definitely nervous about it because I don't want to drop any more points while the race is this close. I want to be able to keep picking up points. That way, you know, when things do get dicey, we're not out of it before Christmas. You know what I'm saying? And that's normally what's happened the last 4 or 5 seasons. We've been out of it by Christmas time, and then the rest of the season is just, you know, whatever.
Champions League spot.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So I'm nervous, bro. I'm nervous because we need a win, especially after what happened midweek. We need a reaction. I'm freaking scared. Yeah,
but like I mentioned, you guys haven't been good at home.
Nope.
What is your prediction?
I'm still gonna rock with the boys, man. I think it's gonna be tough. I think it's gonna be tough. But you know, my optimism about this team is starting to want to waver just a little bit. But I'm still gonna stay positive. I'm gonna go 2-1 United in a tough match.
2-1, you say?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't have you losing, so
God,
to start it off
bring out the
that way. But I am leaning towards a Benzi special. I think it makes things a little bit more exciting. Probably not for you, but
yeah.
for the way that for the way the table goes,
right.
Being that I believe City is a spot right behind you guys.
Mm-hmm.
So they are, you know, snipping at your heels.
I wouldn't be upset with a draw though. Like I wouldn't. I'll take that. Like,
Okay.
I mean, anything other than the loss, bro. I just don't want to lose. Dog. That's the thing about it. Like, don't lose the game.
Yeah, basically, just don't get leapfrogged by City.
Yeah, man. Like, let's put a run together, bro. We're in the Europa League now. Let's put a run. I'm not watching that tournament, by the way.
That's
so whatever.
So basically, stay in contention is what you're saying.
Yes. Let's fight to the end of this thing, man.
I got you. I'm gonna just go. You got 2-1. I'll go 2-2.
Okay, I'll take that.
I'll go 2-2. Reason being, your defensive choices, should I say, have been horrible. Remind me if, like, just make sure I'm not wrong here, but was Alex Telles playing left back against West Ham?
Against West Ham, he was, yes.
Mm-hmm. Regardless of that first goal, the dude is 10 times more solid than Luke Shaw. Maguire, though, on the other hand, is wavering. He's reached this peak where he was not a great player, but he was a solid player in that defensive line. And now he just looks kind of off here and there. He's kind of basically doing a Varane at the moment, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. It's sad, though, because he early on this season, he took a lot of heat, you know what I'm saying? And then since that he's taken, he's been playing really good, to be fair. And then, you know, we had Champions League, and then he looks like, you know what I'm saying, exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. So,
and then your midfield choices, again.
Oh, my God.
Just, I don't know. And then I'm going to bring it up as much as you hate me hating on your boy, but Martial needs to find the net when he plays. Or he needs to start finding it more.
Yeah, he's injured, so, but okay. You know, you want to bring up the boy. He's hurt right now, so don't you know
Well,
what I'm saying?
yeah, I actually remember you bring that up, but I'm
Yeah.
just saying
No, for sure, for sure. He's a
when
big part of the team. He
yeah,
needs to start contributing.
it definitely is. But it is good to see Greenwood doing what he's doing. So
Oh yes, sir.
I like that. But yeah, so if it wasn't for your defense and Ole's choices in lineup, I would probably go with you guys a little bit more. Because Pep has squandered a lot of opportunities himself this season, so it is possible for him to lose. But with that being said, we have 2-1, 2-2, and we move on to the 3 o'clock game, which is on Peacock. One game that I'm seriously interested in, and it is
Mm-hmm.
Everton hosting Chelsea. The Toffees are, I don't
Struggling,
even
man.
know. Yeah, they're struggling right now. I don't know if my assumption is tactics. Ancelotti has been figured out. He needs to change something. The players that he picks for his lineups are solid. There's no way around it. It's just they're lacking something. I don't know what it is at the moment. Um, they should have beat Burnley, but then again, they don't take advantage of those kind of games as of late. So again, it costs them, and they're just squandering and moving slowly down the table, which is not a good look, especially after the way they started the season. Uh, my score, though, Chelsea is a difficult team to score against. Lampard has his uh, his ish together. So with that being said, I'm just gonna go for a 2-1 victory for Everton. Although it's hard for me to see it actually happening.
Yeah, I don't know. They are sinking right now, and then with the way Chelsea's playing, I don't know. I don't think their suffering stops this weekend. I actually got 3-1 Chelsea in this game.
It's fair enough. That's fair. So that makes it. We make it through the Saturday games, and now we move on to Sunday. We got one, two, three, four, 5 games to watch. Uh, well, five if you have Peacock, four if you don't. And the first game we start off at 7 in the morning is Southampton hosting Sheffield United. This is Sunday, 13th December. Danny Ings is back on Field Talk. We love the boy. We gave him a lot of hate last season, but he's proven to be a little bit more solid than we thought he was. He's kind of becoming into the next Vardy party, but we don't really have a rhyming name for him that that rolls off the tongue nicely as Vardy party.
Yeah.
So um, Sheffield, bottom of the table. I know that much about the table. Um, and I
They're
don't
looking
see them
forward.
moving up from it
Right.
anytime soon. Still haven't found a win this season. I believe they are the only winless team left now. If Danny Ings starts, then it's definitely a Southampton win. If not, it's still a Southampton win. I'm gonna go 3-1.
I'm gonna go. Yeah, I don't. They're not. Southampton's not losing, or well, Sheffield United not winning, I should say. Southampton 2-0. Danny Ings, James Ward-Prowse,
Okay, fair enough.
like clockwork, bro.
And so with that easy contest out the way, we move to the 9:15 slot. We have Crystal Palace hosting Tottenham, another London derby, whatever you want to call it. Not as big, but it still is a London matchup. Crystal Palace, there's sometimes a team that, the first place, second place club is, making a run, and they're just like the roadblock. They hurt you when you're feeling good.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see that happening though. Tottenham coming off a 2-0 victory against Arsenal. At the moment, they are owning London. They did tie with Chelsea. Did Chelsea beat Arsenal yet, or they haven't even played? Right?
I feel like they played for some reason, but it might not have been a league game.
Yeah, I
I'm
don't
not.
think it was. I think it was that Carabao Cup,
Yeah,
I
yeah. I
believe.
don't think they've actually played. I think that game's coming up soon, though.
Yeah, it probably is. So for the time being, Spurs is owning London, and they could own it that much more this weekend with a win at Crystal Palace, which I see happening. Um, Although Crystal Palace did have a great game last weekend, 5-1 victory that I said earlier to West Brom. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go another 2-0 victory for Spurs and Mourinho.
Yep, same for me. I was gonna say the carbon copy 2-0.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Mourinho special 1-0 or 2-0.
yeah. And it's funny, like he's only like what he's had high scoring teams probably like one every so odd seasons.
Yeah, so what like a couple of every couple of seasons he has like an offensive like juggernaut, bro. It just like
Yeah,
drops hella points, hella goals.
yeah.
I don't know, man. Looks like he's back, bro.
Tottenham is scoring quite a lot though,
Yeah,
and they're not conceding. I think they're the best like defensive team in terms of not conceding goals this season. I would say the next. Actually, I would probably give it Chelsea then Tottenham because Chelsea has a lot more clean sheets, I believe. Um, so yeah, so another reason why Everton might struggle in that game that we talked about just a couple minutes ago. So we move on to the 11:30 slot. We have Fulham hosting Liverpool.
it's a simple one for me. So
I'm gonna go 3-0. They won 4-0 last weekend.
oh,
Liverpool takes the dub.
4-0 Liverpool.
Okay, so there we go. Sorry, Fulham. Uh, I believe you guys are still not. You guys are out of the relegation zone, but it's Liverpool. I don't think you can handle it.
They're just outside
Yeah,
relegation.
yeah, I figured as much. And then we have at the at the 2:15 slot. Oh, we have two games at 2:15. The first one we'll go over is Arsenal hosting Burnley. Burnley has given some of the top teams a difficult run, as Tottenham, Everton, uh, and a couple others. And then other times against teams like Man City, they lose 5-0. So you never know what Burnley you're going to get. It's like a box of chocolates, Forrest Gump.
Nice.
Arsenal, though, can't score. So this could easily be a Benzi special.
This could be a snooze fest, man. Unfortunately.
Yeah, Arteta needs to pull something out of the hat, and it has to be special grandeur. I'm not sure if I pronounced that word correctly, but whatever. Roast me if you like. Um, Man, I want to go Benzi special, but at the same time, I want to see Arsenal start making some moves.
I was just about to say the same thing, bro.
So it's like I really don't know which direction to go in. I don't know. I don't know. Like,
Well,
because the way Arsenal's playing is like, how do I have enough faith
right.
to
Well,
pick them for a win?
for me, bro, I'm just gonna say this: like, them boys need to start winning some games, dog. So I'm gonna go 1-0 Arsenal because again, for some reason, I've been ridiculously pro Arsenal this season on Field Talk.
Yeah,
Uh, but my faith is wavering in them as well. Even though, like, I just want to go back to roasting the hell out of Arsenal. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a Man United fan, so it's like it's not even it defeats the purpose. But still, if just win the game, Arsenal 1-0 Arsenal.
it's
Aubameyang
hard.
penalty.
It's hard to roast them in the position that they're in right now.
Yeah, yeah,
Like it's easy, but it's hard if you get what I'm saying.
yeah.
Um, like you have all the arsenal, pun intended, to flame them, but then at the same time, it's just like you rather flame the fourth place Arsenal team than the 15th place Arsenal
Yeah,
team.
you know what I'm saying? I'd rather them get roasted for always coming in fourth, not being like, why are you at the bottom of the table? That's not what's supposed to
Yeah,
be happening.
yeah, it's just weird. You're gonna
Yeah.
go 1-0. I'm
Uh-huh.
gonna. You see, we don't have the Arsenal man here to help us out, to help me out. I'm not sure if Party is gonna be back. Um, I'm not sure how they even did today in Europa League. Um, Man, I'm gonna go 2-1.
Arsenal?
Yeah, I'm gonna go 2-1 Arsenal.
Oh, a pro Arsenal preview.
We'll see if our predictions pay any dividends. And then we have final game of the weekend, same time as the Arsenal Burnley game, 2:15 Eastern, 11. Yeah, 11:15 Pacific. Uh, Leicester City hosting Brighton Hove and Albion. Brighton's been somewhat a tough team at times, but Vardy Party, Tielemans, uh, Iheanacho, Schmeichel. They've been actually holding their own. I believe they're in fifth, fourth, something like that. Uh,
Or let's see. Yeah, they are in fourth place. Yes.
yeah, so you see, they're in. What's his name? Freaking Brendan Rodgers, doing work, um, repeating the feats of last season. Could do even better. So to go with that, I'm going to give Leicester a 4-1 victory.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna mix it up. I'm gonna table's been pretty cut and dry. I mean, the prediction's been pretty cut and dry. You named a bunch of people on the Leicester team. I'm gonna name one man on Brighton, and his name is Danny Welbeck. 1-0 Brighton in the shocker of the weekend.
Danny Welbeck, holy
Danny
cow!
Welbeck, bro. Dog, don't ever sleep on Danny Welbeck. Danny Welbeck scored in the Bernabeu. Never forget. Big Danny.
Um,
1-0 Brighton, bro. Shocker of the weekend.
all right, I'll take it. And by the way, Sunday's games, we have NBC Sports Network for the Southampton game, multiple broadcasters, Crystal Palace game, same for Fulham, same for Arsenal, and then Peacock TV for the Leicester Brighton. If I forgot to mention that, which I believe I did. That's why I'm doing this. So give me the tabla, por favor, Justino.
You got it. The tabla is as follows: Tottenham Hotspur take out the top spot. Liverpool second, Chelsea third, Leicester City fourth, Southampton surprisingly holding down the fifth spot with Man United at six and Man City at seven. David Moyes' West Ham United at eight, Carlo Ancelotti's Everton at nine, and then Wolverhampton round out the top 10. Then the exciting half of the table. 11, you have Crystal Palace, 12, Aston Villa, Newcastle at 13, Leeds United 14, Arsenal in 15th, Brighton in 16th, and then Fulham just outside of the relegation zone at 17th. And then you have the three relegation fodder teams, which are Burnley at 18, West Brom at 19, and Sheffield United at the bottom with a measly 1 point.
That is, woo.
So for West Ham, I mean for West Brom, Burnley, and Fulham, uh, any type of points in any of their games could have that the whole bottom half looking crazy. Sheffield United, on the other hand, they could win the next two and they ain't getting out of there. It might. It depends. It depends on what the Burnley and West Brom do. They might, if they win 2 games, they might be able to get out. But I see these teams picking up points before Sheffield. So
Oh yeah,
relegation battle
definitely.
starting to heat up.
Definitely. Because yeah, two wins and two losses by Burnley and West Brom moves them to 18th. So they're still in relegation.
Yeah.
They'll be tied with Fulham on points, but I believe goal differential, unless
Will
they
play a
find a
part
way
at some point.
to score some, yeah, that would now play the big difference in all of it. Um, so yeah, it's looking tough. Which is funny though, they've scored more goals. Wait, no, never mind. That's the losses. I'm looking at 10 and then A and then minus and then, like the goal differential, and I'm like, never mind. That is 10 losses, ladies and gents. Um, so yeah, that's whew, man, that's I don't know how God that has to hurt. I don't know. I don't know
Especially
how
how they were
like
last season, man.
yeah, and the thing is like I would like to like speak or talk to a player like on one of those clubs and just get a grasp of their mental state, like knowing that like they have to go out on the pitch and try to perform, to the best of their ability, and they're just fighting just to get out of this position. It's just nuts, man, and especially for a team like Sheffield, 1 point in 11 match weeks, like freaking nuts, man. We've
Yeah,
seen this plenty of times, but it's just hard to comprehend for a team that was like Sal said the last episode, battling for a Europa League spot at
yeah.
best.
Based on what they did last season, it's really shocking.
Yeah, it's
But they didn't spend any money though, so
yeah. Unfortunately, they didn't, and they lost their goalie. He went back to your club,
exactly.
so they got to blame him definitely. So we move on to hot topics. Um,
Brought to you by nobody.
yeah, I'm telling you that there's gonna be a day where I say brought to you by Hot Pockets. I'm gonna love every second of it. As I'm doing it, the first time I do, I'm gonna bite into one. It's gonna burn the roof of my mouth like they usually do,
Oh man.
and then we'll move forward after that. Just a quick random question. You've had a hot pocket before, right?
What? Where are you asking me that? Of
I don't
course.
know. Some people
Yeah.
just don't like them, so I don't know if you. I don't know if you've
No,
ever.
absolutely. I've had several hot pockets in my day. We've had hot pockets together at my house.
Oh yeah. Do do you hate the fact that sometimes when you warm them up, they like blow up in a sense and they leak the cheese or whatever the hell?
Yeah, like the pops out the back and whatnot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
or all that shit.
that
Yeah.
bothers me. And then it's like sometimes you can never really tell like if it's gonna burn your mouth. Like you'll take one bite and it's nice and warm, and then another time you'll bite it and it'll singe the hell out of your host. They're
Yeah.
definitely not boring to eat, bro.
Yeah. Definitely not. It's an adventure every time you eat one. All right. So question of the week. No, I'm just kidding. It's not that
Mhm.
serious. But let's see. So we got Man United and City, right? Both teams were not doing so hot to start the season. Both teams have a game in hand, I believe. And now you guys
Mhm.
are neck and neck on the table, and you guys are slowly coming into your own. All right. Do you see any moves in the transfer window that will help your club coming up?
Uh, Sancho Opamecano.
Do you think those? Well, let's pretend that they are able to be made. All right. So, would if they are able to be made, is your
Mhm.
club like? Is this something your club has been? Is this a food show or? Hey, man, sometimes you just got to talk about different topics. All right, Leo. All right.
Yeah,
Um,
we're trying to get sponsored here, bro.
yeah, for real. We got to talk good about some foods. Um, so yeah. Okay, so you Sancho up
Opamecano.
Mecano, up Mecano.
Yeah.
One, why those two? Two, will your club really go for them, or is this just a rumor, or is
Uh,
this just a want?
well, I mean, it's definitely a want, but it's also a necessity. Like I said, since before Sir Alex left, we haven't had a solid right-sided attacker. Jadon Sancho fits that need. He fits that criteria. His skill level. He's a game changer. You know what I mean? A lineup of Rashford, Martial, Sancho with the mix-in of Greenwood and Cavani. You tell me who wants to play that rotation every night with Bruno pulling the strings in behind. That changes games, man. That changes games. It gives opposition another thing to look at. Open Meccano, he's a young, powerful defender, strong. Um, he's an upgrade over probably most of our defenders. I want to say Harry Maguire is still. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's the captain. He has his moments where you're like, all right, I can see how we possibly paid 80 million for him, but he's got to be more consistent. I think that Open Meccano is just at the right age to be able to come in. We've got Twansebe as well, who's
Yeah,
23, is young. So then you buy in Open Meccano, he's 21. That's a young core of very talented center backs right there that you can pull from when you have people like Eric Bailly, who's a fantastic defender but stays injured. When you have Victor Lindelof, who's inconsistent. When you have Harry Maguire, who is also inconsistent. Just to have that option, I think that definitely changes the game. I really do. I really do feel that way. I feel like we're good in midfield, regardless of what happens with Pogba. I think the right side of the attack and another defender puts us in a very good spot. Honestly, we need that, man. Especially the right side of the attacker. Like I can't stress that. I can't stress that enough, man. Like since before Sir Alex, bro. Luis Nani was playing on right at one point. You know what I'm saying? Like we haven't had a bona fide right winger, right attacker. You know, Rashford's occupied that spot. Martial's occupied that spot. Greenwood plays there, but that's not where those guys play. You know, get Jadon Sancho in there with Bruno behind with what Bruno's doing. I think
If these players that you have don't suit the formation, why doesn't the formation change to suit the players that you have?
because I don't know, bro. Ali Gunnar Solskjaer, man. I'm not the
Because
man.
you we when we first started this season, there was this talk about the diamond formation, right? Diamond
Yeah,
formation
and,
suits just about everything. You have Rashford, which plays on the wing, but you would say he's a striker.
yes.
So with that diamond formation, you have two up top, a Rashford, Cavani, a guy that can hold up the ball because one, he's getting up there in age, and two, you have Rashford that can run in behind, and he's proven it time and time again. He's had plenty of runs um, in many games. The most notable PSG, and then I saw him get loose a couple of times against West Ham
Mhm.
just last weekend. And there's been other games I just can't recall them all. So why doesn't he, go to that formation because you guys have had success in it. It's not like just a formation where it's like, oh, we need to go balls to walls. Okay, let's change things up. You know what I'm saying? So you can you have subs that are, that will fill those certain same positions. You could do swap for swap kind of deal. Um, is it just a? Do you think it's just a formality of comfort for Ole or?
Uh, I think it is. I think it is. Because for me, I feel like the diamond formation it kind of put like it shows it highlights our strongest part of the team, which right now, has been the weakest part, but right now it's the midfield with Pogba, Bruno, Van de Beek, Fred. You know what I'm saying? That's the strongest part of our team right now. And you're able to when you do that with the four in midfield, you're able to, you know what I'm saying, get the best. You could put Fred on the right, Pogba on the left of that midfield, with Bruno at 10. And Pogba and Bruno they could. That's why I don't understand that whole thing with Pogba being mad about the tennis. But I don't get that. It's a team game, bro. You guys switch at any time, and you could be the guy pulling the string. It's not rocket science. You know what I'm saying? It's not. That's why. Yeah. Like, anyways, let me stay on point. Like, I don't know. Ever since Arsenal, we ran a diamond against Arsenal, and that game just I don't know what happened. I haven't really seen it much since we lost to Arsenal early on. Maybe he just doesn't see enough from it. Doesn't trust that formation. He feels much better. He feels more comfortable in the 4-2-3-1, which is a formation that I'm slowly starting to hate more and more. I don't know why. I mean, I used to like it. Now I can't stand it. I'm a 4-3-3 guy, but you know, I don't know, man. I don't know why. Maybe he just doesn't see enough success, or he doesn't trust the players to play it. I'm not really sure, man. But I'd like to see it a lot more, to be honest.
Yeah, I feel like it should be ran more because you have the players capable of running it, and
Exactly.
it's just I feel like it comes back to that conversation piece where you said that Ole doesn't get his tactics right at times, and so
Hmm.
maybe that plays a part into it as well.
Yeah, he's just not good at adjusting, man. Like if the things are not working, he's not good at like, all right, well, this shit ain't working. Let me do something else. It's not like he'll ride it out, bro. He'll ride it out. Like whatever, bro. I can't. It
Yeah, I
just
got
frustrates me, man, because we shouldn't be in like we should still be in Champions League, bro. But whatever.
you. Yeah, definitely. So we have a very interesting title race so far going into week 12. We have Mourinho holding the top spot, Klopp and Liverpool holding the second, and Lampard and Chelsea holding the third. will we see them being the only three, or will there be another team throwing their hat in the ring?
I think it's going to be. I think there's going to be one or two more teams that actually throw their hat in the ring. We've already seen like the way the Premier League season is going so far is very inconsistent. Liverpool lost seven. Let Aston Villa score 7 goals on them. You know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy in itself. I mean, we also lost 6-1 to Spurs, but so I feel like for the first time in maybe 2 or 3 years, the Premier League's actually a lot more open than it's been. You know, it's not one or two teams that you see can win it. You can see a couple of maybe 4 or 5 teams actually coming around and getting it done. So I think it's going to be definitely more than two teams for sure. Hopefully, in the next 5 games, we'll definitely see if that comes to pass because I think these next 5 games for everybody in that top 10 of the table is huge. So I think we'll for sure see if the title race is going to be more than two teams in the next 5 games for sure. I think so.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you, and especially bring up the point that in the next 5 matches, I'm gonna say the next matches leading up to the new year are
Hmm.
really is what really gonna shape the Premier League table. Um, I do like the concept of Mourinho winning the league. One because I said it, and two because it'll just be great media um, overall. But the fact that after this weekend, all teams in the Premier League are gonna be learning a lot about themselves and the managers per se, being the fact that we got done with Champions League so far, and that was a burden for the Champions League teams in terms of rotation and rest, and also the Europa League teams. And I think the team that's taken it the hardest has been Arsenal, doing well in one and just completely shambolic in the other aspect, being the league. I also, uh, it's just Mourinho has something going for him. Klopp has found his rhythm. So has Pep. Ole, I guess you could say, has found it. But you guys don't have success at home, so this weekend is going to be a test, and it's literally pass or fail. A tie, I guess you can consider a pass, because you keep yourself in contention. But like I said, limited days rest coming up, leading up all the way up to the new year. There's a game on Tuesday, Wednesday, then Saturday. Everybody plays. Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday. Everybody plays. So this constant, loads of games is gonna. We'll probably see a lot more upsets as we've seen starting off the season. And I agree with you that the table is going to look a lot different. I just, for the sake of it, hope that Mourinho finds a way to stay on top, to be biased in sorts. Um, so yeah, I just wanted to get your thought process on that one, and especially because your team as well is fighting for a chance to make it into the top four, and
Hmm.
a win this weekend will help your cause, and the rest of the Man U fan base. Um, my next question, I guess, we'll go back to Man United. I'm not sure if we gone about this, but you have brought it up before, and you're saying Bruno Fernandez for a Ballon d'Or
Oh yeah.
consideration.
Hmm.
Plead your case, my man.
Why not? Why not? I mean, I don't understand what's the criteria for a Ballon d'Or winner. I mean, look at
Well,
look
the thing is, the Ballon d'Or criteria is very is trash to begin with. So
Mhm.
people want to say it's based on goals. People want to say it's based on trophies. Um, and that's cool, yeah. But that player did not win that trophy on his own,
Right.
and so it's hard to just put the trophy talk into consideration. Um, I guess it's hard though, also because it is kind of hypocritical in a sense, because a player of that statue that's scoring goals and winning trophies, well, you're doing something right, right? And we can't take credit away from that because we have a player like Lewandowski that got cheated out of winning a Ballon d'Or last season or for last
Absolutely.
season.
Absolutely. Highly.
So in terms of that, how would you stack Bruno Fernandes against a Lewandowski?
Well, that's the thing. I mean, if we're gonna do it like that, I mean, I can't stack him up because he doesn't score nearly as much goals as Lewandowski does. But and again, I don't want to be misconstrued that I'm saying that Bruno should win the Ballon d'Or. I'm saying that he should be considered. He should
Yeah.
definitely be somebody that they're talking about based off when he came to Man United in January, what Man United has become since he's come in, the numbers that he's put up in the league. I mean, bro, I was looking at some numbers that he put up. He's got like 20 goals, something. Hold on, man. How do I find his numbers, bro? I'm just saying from an influence
Right.
standpoint, you know what I mean? He's completely changed the game. Yeah, we haven't won anything, but he's completely transformed the team going forward in his image. Uh, he's already got 11 goals this season, like 7 assists altogether since he's been there. He's got like 20 something goals, about I think about 17, 18 assists, something like that. I mean, at this point, he's obviously he's got to be more consistent doing it, but he hasn't stopped. You know what I'm saying? Like since he's got to the club in January, he's been phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? Like his name is mentioned in every. You know what I mean? He's affected the game in every game he's played. You know what I'm saying? Completely changed it. Whether he's scoring, creating. The chance creations are ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? The chance that he's created in the league or since he's been at United, ridiculous. Everybody wants to talk about how good Kevin De Bruyne is, world class. Bruno's numbers are shitting on De Bruyne's numbers this season, but you don't hear anything. You still hear more about De Bruyne than you hear about Bruno. You know what I'm saying? And you'll hear De Bruyne's name in a Ballon conversation before Bruno Fernandes. I just think that with what Bruno's impact has been in almost a calendar year, I feel like he should at least be discussed. You know what I'm saying? Up there, like, hey, this guy is doing work.
No, yeah, I'll definitely give it to you. From what he's done, and he's actually also not only demonstrated his skills on the field, but as a vocalist on the team,
Yes,
he's
absolutely.
also taken
Very good.
he's also taken that title. Um, and I totally agree with you. He should be put into consideration because to this day, I'm super excited for him. And I love him to bits. Luka Modric won a Ballon d'Or. And you can ask me why he won that. I can't tell you why, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
In the sense that he's a great player, yes. He single-handedly took Croatia to a World Cup final. That in itself is a big feat, and you could see the exhaustion of that he was dealing with after that final. Like, yeah, they lost and whatnot, but
Played his heart out that whole
yeah,
tournament.
that man put everything he had into it. And so, sometimes I feel like a moral cause should be thrown into the fact of a player's consideration into not moral, but I guess characteristic or
Mm-hmm.
characteristics should be also considered for a player to be a Ballon d'Or. It shouldn't just be all about numbers. It should be about the person. It should be like a humanitarian kind of award in the sense, plus numbers. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Influence.
How does he influence the game as a whole to, men, women, and children across the world? Because that World Cup run in itself could inspire thousands to millions of people. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't take you to score the ball, but just the way that you pass, you handle, the effort you put into the game, things of that nature should also be considered. And not only does Bruno have that, being a vocalist, um, and his skills and his passion for the game, but you said his numbers are also adding to that equation. So yeah, I definitely agree with you. But it'd be hard to say that he'll win it. But
Yeah, no, for
it'd
sure.
be he'd easily be in the top five.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I said, I don't know about him winning it. I feel like he definitely has the opportunity to,
No, definitely.
but
That's what I'm saying. Top
I'm
five.
saying right. I'm saying that he deserves, at this point in time, he deserves to be in that top 5 conversation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If the voting stopped right now, I would put money on him being on that stage at least.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
I think I would have a good argument to say that he should be up there. So
Definitely, especially with the likes of Messi and Ronaldo not doing what they used to do in the
right,
in the era which they dominated the Ballon
right,
d'Ors.
yeah,
Um, this whole Ballon d'Or race is gonna the race for it is gonna change dramatically.
exactly. Because
Um,
that criteria has to come back now. Because Messi and Ronaldo are doing superhuman shit. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So I don't not dial back, but it just can't be all about goals, man.
yeah, I think this is when it's gonna start coming down back to what it used to be. You had defenders winning it, you had midfielders winning
Yeah.
it. You didn't just have Messi, Ronaldo trying to outscore each other and out win
Hmm.
and win more titles than one another. Um, and I feel like that era also is very unjust because there are so many players besides the two that were great on so many levels, but they got overlooked because of the out of this world feats that these
Yeah.
two were creating.
It's similar to it's kind of like a Michael Jordan scenario. Think about all the stars that are overlooked because they played in the same time that Michael played. You know,
Yeah,
it's
that's
the same
true.
thing in this. Look at Neymar. Neymar is a fantastic talent, bro. One of the best players in the world, and he's not even gotten. He's maybe got close one time.
Yeah, but he's making a name again
Yeah,
because
yeah, yeah. He looks
yesterday's
good, man.
game he played
he looks.
amazing.
He was tearing up Old Trafford too, bro. Like he looks
Yeah,
good, bro. He's
yeah,
still fire as hell, man.
yeah.
So
If he could stay off the injury list, Neymar definitely will be back into consideration, especially with the hype of Ronaldo and Messi dying extremely
right,
low right now.
it's about to be his world.
Yeah, Messi has barely scored any La Liga goals. He's barely done anything in Champions League. So you
He doesn't
can't
even want
really,
to be
if
there.
Messi's even, close to the arena or convention
Exactly.
that thing is being held, it's just a setup. And UEFA or FIFA as a whole is just, participating in some kind of mafia crime or something. Because there's so many other players right now that are doing way better. Neymar, Bruno Fernandez, and the likes. And so yeah, it definitely we look forward to seeing what's going to happen. You pleaded your case. I agree with you. Now it's up to the journalists and FIFA employees to actually meet us in the middle, which is never happens, but we hope. Um, so yeah, is there anything that you would like to talk about Premier League wise?
um, well, yeah, actually, I wanted Sal to be here because I sent this interview to the chat, and I was very interested to see. He already kind of said how he felt a little bit, but I wanted to ask him a little bit more about it on the show. But since we're here,
Hmm.
I'm gonna go ahead and just ask your opinion on it.
Okay.
It was an interview with Robin van Persie, um, and recently, I believe. Let's see. It's very interesting. So I want to hear your take on it. So Van Persie says at Arsenal, I didn't feel like we were on the level to compete. One day, the chairman of Arsenal showed me how healthy the club was by showing me their positive numbers. I told him I don't give a shit about these numbers. I want to lift the Premier League trophy. And then he goes on to say we felt it would be best to leave for a club outside of England. The deal with Juventus was close, but the chairman of Arsenal was stubborn towards Juventus. I told him that my other two options were Manchester City or Manchester United. So it's at your own risk. And then we all know what happened. He went to United. Now, after hearing that, bro, what are your thoughts on that whole situation with Van Persie and Arsenal Football Club, man? How did
Well,
they let that happen?
I do gotta say this. Hold on. Give me a second. I'm gonna use it for my second time this week. Hashtag karma. Um,
Yeah.
you see, for being petty and for letting personal grudges, that's why they always say never let business get personal. And this is what happens when business gets personal. He ends up going to a rival club and starts banging in goals, has adds on to his amazing career, and lifts the Premier League trophy. Um,
Right after.
so so yeah, basically the point is don't ever let business be personal. Let the player do what's right. If things were already set in stone, just you know push it through, let it happen. Let bygones be bygones, so to say. So Van Persie, great player. Still don't like the fact he made that worldie against Iker Casillas, but other than that, um, yeah, there's not really much you could say except that they made a horrible, horrible mistake there, and that's so yeah.
We'll definitely have to bring that up again once Sal is on here because I would love to hear his take on that because it clearly, based off his reaction in the chat, that's the first time he's heard of that scenario. So
Yeah, I'm reading it. He says he's like BS. Now I'm pissed. Should have
yeah,
let him go to Juve, which, like I said,
right.
should have let
Should
him
have.
go to Juve.
Mhm.
And yeah, Arsenal fans wouldn't dislike him. I'm sure not every Arsenal fan dislikes Van Persie, but you saw him score goals on you. You saw him lift up a trophy when that's what he could have brought to
Yeah.
Arsenal.
Remember, United is one of Arsenal's heated rivals, bro, in the Premier League history. So
Yeah.
that's a big. And he told the owner, "At your own risk, bro. Those are my other two teams." I'm glad he chose
Yes.
Red.
Yes, definitely. Because if he was playing at City at that time, who would he be playing with though? Was he gonna be was he gonna be coached by Mancini?
Yes, Mancini, or was it actually not what's his name? Mancini, and
Pellegrini?
then Pellegrini. I might have been Pellegrini, bro.
Oh, even then, Pellegrini's he's having a good season so far in La Liga right now, and he's had you know a lot of success in his career as a manager. So even with Pellegrini at the helm, but I think we know it would have been better. Well, it was better at United, so I think they would have. I don't think they would have lifted up a trophy at City, even with Van Persie. That's just me. Uh,
Right.
so yeah, no bias there, but it is what it is. So anywho, I guess we'll leave out for the dub for next time.
Yes, we'll leave the dub for the after the weekend. Next time we come back, I'll have some good for the dub and not for the dub options.
All right, so they'll be back next week. We will not be live tomorrow, so I hope you guys enjoy your weekend. Enjoy this weekend's matches. If you watch another league, well, I hope whatever team you root for in that league all goes well. That is my case right now. Saturday, my team plays Atletico de Madrid, so definitely looking forward to that game. And yeah, that's that for tonight. Remember, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And Jay, you could take it away for the rest.
Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, another episode in the book brought to you in bike. Brought to you on by the dynamic duo. Thank you so much for sticking with us. Um, Again, 2020 is rolling down. Field Talk is not rolling down. We're actually ramping up. So we're definitely happy to have you guys. Follow us on the socials, please. We got Benzi with the new name at FT_Benzi. Follow at Field Talk just underscore yours truly. And my boy at Sal Talk Soccer, who will be having a new segment on Field Talk called Sal Unhinged, which I'm very excited about. Sal's not very hinged most of the time. So anyway, but yes, you can follow us on Twitter as well at Field Talk Pod. Follow us on Instagram at Field Talk _. We are on all podcast platforms except Apple. I don't know, politics, those that in the third. Pocket Cast, Radio Public, Spotify, all that good stuff. We are there. Content. You guys know. Thanks for joining. Peace.
Buenas noches.